welcome to another Daily Digest video. I am Merriam, and today I'm bringing you a reasonably well-known deck. It's been around for a while, although I think right now it is particularly well positioned because of how good main deck Relic of Progenitus is. This is Black-White Eldrazi. Specifically, I'm playing the list that Michael Braverman took to a 10th place finish at the Open in Charlotte, and we are on the draw with what looks to be a great hand. We can play turn 1 Thoughtseize. I guess we could Wasteland Strangler if we want a 3-2 on turn 2, but we don't have a way to exile anything. But we're going to play Thought Knot on 3 and hopefully Reality Smasher on 4. So great Eldrazi curve here, and I will certainly keep. See what our opponent is up to. Blackcleave Cliffs. This could mean a lot of things. Okay, well, now it basically means Jund. Should be a fine matchup for us. The Relics are pretty good against Tarmogoyf, and Thought Knot and Smasher are both good. Them taking the Thoughtseize could easily mean they have another discard spell. Especially a Thoughtseize to take Thought Knot or Reality Smasher that they didn't want our Thoughtseize to take. Could also just be the fact that they don't care much about Wasteland Strangler. I played the Temple here over Caves to leave up Path because I really don't want a Path on turn 2 anyway. And if I draw another Temple, I can Thought Knot on turn 2. If they play a Dark Confidant here, that could be a little awkward. That's Tarmogoyf's fine. And we drew the Temple, so lucky us. How about a Thought Knot Seer? Bam. Probably taking a removal spell here. See what they have. Well, Abrupt Decay doesn't kill any of our important stuff, and the rest of their hand is all lands, so feeling pretty good about this game. Gonna play Reality Smasher next turn, and then we can Path plus Strangle. If they find another creature. Unsurprisingly, no attack. And sure. Ooh, Lorgoyf. I could call Lorgoyf. That would be good. So make sure, in case they want to try to counter my Reality Smasher in their Jund deck, can't be countered. They draw a Terminate here. They want to kill a Smasher. That would be real good. I guess attacking with both is risky if they did draw a Terminate. It means that they can put Goyf in front of Thought Knot, Terminate Smasher, discard a land they don't care about, and then Goyf becomes a 4/5. I'm far enough ahead in this game that I don't think I need to get in for 9 here. So I'll play it a little conservatively, especially because I have the removal spell to deal with Goyf next turn anyway. Right. And the 9 plus 9 is not a full 2-turn clock with them at 19, so okay. So I guess I'm going to Path this Goyf. Oh, no, not colorless. And now I can get in for 9. See if they have a Terminate this turn. Not sure what they could have drawn here. I guess they could have drawn Fatal Push, and I haven't turned Fatal Push on yet, so that's nice. I can Strangle here, not kill anything, but it does mean I beat a removal spell. Otherwise, a removal spell with Smasher means that the Thought Knot leaves them at 1. And they could have drawn K-Command, so playing the Strangler is bad against that. But that's about it. My guess is maybe they've drawn another Decay. That's possible. I think I just want to apply the pressure. all their creatures are going to, or at least most of them are going to be bigger, and if they're not, then it doesn't really matter because my creatures are big. So I'm just going to play the Strangler. Notably, I couldn't, if you thought I could strangle the Goyf this turn instead of Path it, because of the Thought Knot Exile, that would put instant in the graveyard. It would have made Goyf a 3/4, so. Choose target creature, sure. No. And oh, am I about to get cake manded? Wow. Okay. Well, they drew a cake man, but that's fine. I guess we'll discard Cavern. Temple seems better. So we know that they still have a land in their hand. Is this Maelstrom Pulse? Yeah, okay. They drew an answer to Reality Smasher this turn. This could get a little awkward. They have one unknown in their hand. Okay, it's a land, so they're empty-handed. They can chump block with Ravine for a turn. And other than that, so they have 2 draws really. But Tarmogoyf is a good one, as is, I believe, Ooze is, yeah, if they have 3 green sources. Oh my god. Oh no! They've done it! Yeah, I guess playing the Strangler was bad because they have exactly Cake Manned. But if they... oh no! I don't... yeah, there's no way I'm supposed to attack here. That trade is so bad for me with them at 1. And they're only going to go to 3 here. And I have multiple paths left in my deck. Maybe I was too quick to path, and if I only path if they terminate, that's probably my mistake. Oh no. Now we're in a game. But we do have a lot of very good outs still, so I'm not that worried yet. Displacer is great, another Smasher is great, Path is great, Push is great, Relic is a redraw. Tide Hollow Sculler is not great, but we will play it. This could just be getting Fatal pushed. Okay, command again. Sure. I discard this Inquisition. Oh, now, yeah, now this is a 5/5. Okay, well. We still just need one good draw here. I guess now, oh, Smasher is still good. Black, black. I don't like this. Okay. A little bit risky there, but I kind of like it. Oh, God, no. Why? Why are you doing this to us? No, not Liliana of the Veil. Well, if they don't find a way to kill their own Bob, they might just die to it. They're going to be 2 because of they get to eat the Thought Knot with Ooze. Oh no. Oh no. I don't know what these next 2 cards are, but if one of them is not a removal spell, or if neither of them is a removal spell, okay, one of them's a land, good start. They get to attack for 8 here, so I am just dead on the next turn. I guess they still have to be a little fearful of Reality Smasher. But yeah, they can't be that fearful of it. Otherwise, they just don't get to win, especially with the Bob in play. Huzzah! We did it! Oh man, we almost threw that one away, but the target opponent loses 2 life. Bam. Gotcha anyway. Oh man, they had the oh no! Oh no! Come on, why? All their cards were perfect! Okay, well, I'm going to 12, and they only attack for 11, so we still have a draw. We can draw a Reality Smasher or another Brutality. Man, they drew. They just had it all. Oh, come on. Reality Smasher one time. Oh, why was there another... When did Tarmogoyf go? Why was there a Tarmogoyf in the graveyard? Why? How did I miss that? Where did that go? What happened? Well, I am mildly confused, but I guess I'm dead. No! There was a Smasher on top! When did a Tarmogoyf go to the graveyard? Oh, no, he drew it for turn! Okay, I was... Oh my god, he drew the creature for turn to exactly lethal us! Oh, man. What a game. What a game. Had the Bolt to survive Brutality, drew the creature, we had the Smasher there. Oh, it was all so close and so far away. I like removal spells. These Knight of Glories I think are pretty interesting, but I think they are meant for Death Shadow matchups, and the fact that our opponent has Lightning Bolt in their deck and Tarmogoyf means that I am less inclined to want them. While Brutality almost stole that game back for us, I don't think it's that good. It doesn't not killing big creatures is a big deal. Although it's probably better than discard spells. Discard spells are going to be pretty bad in this matchup. So maybe I just want to bring out all of those. And I don't think Rest in Peace is good. Relic is good enough there. Is Brutality better? It kills Dark Confidant, which is nice. It can kill Ooze, but not that often. You know what? Given that our opponent's a big Jund deck, I'm expecting them to bring in some big stuff too that I'd like to Thoughtseize. Maybe Chandra or Olivia Valderin. Just have other answers to cards like that. Even though we do have paths and good removal. So I'll just leave in the Thoughtseizes and have a couple discard spells. I just really don't think Brutality is going to be good. Oh man. We do pretty well that game. I'm kind of disappointed in myself. I think I just blended being conservative and being aggressive rather than committing wholly to one side and ended up getting really punished. I will indeed keep the sand though. Turn 1 Relic, turn 2 Scholar, turn 3 Scholar. Seems like a fine start. We have a removal spell here. And once we get some mana, we have a Smasher. Oh man, I can't believe we lost that game. It drew the creature. Oh man. I guess, yeah, okay, well, yeah. It's not that we could have had one more life. The Goyf is still a good blocker, but we just needed them to brick on a creature. Or a Bolt or a Cake Command, but they'd already used 2 Cake Commands, so. Okay, short memory, we're on to a new game. Turn 1 Relic. Nothing from our opponent. And I like having another land. I'd really like to draw a... Oh my god. I'd really like to draw an Eldrazi Temple. see. Okay. Um. Hmm. I think what I'm going to do is take Terminate with this one, then Liliana with the second one, and we'll be able to contain Grim and Tarmogoyf with the Relic, is my hope. So let's take the Terminate and pass turn. Our Tidehollow Scholars might be able to just dominate the board. Okay, decides to play Grim. Wisely not cracking this fetch until my turn, so I have to use the tap ability of Relic then. Let's mush for 2. Just try to turn these Scholars into 2-for-1s as long as possible. Eventually my opponent's going to draw a removal spell for one of them and get all the cards back, but the longer I can Gimp them and get some attacks in with these Scholars, the better, especially with a Smasher in my hand. Sort of an odd tempo play. Again, not that concerned about these Goyfs, so fine there. And yeah, let's take the Liliana. They've got 2 lands and 2 Goyfs in their hand. Expecting this end of turn fetch. Oh, no end of turn fetch. Interesting. I guess they don't have any other way to put things in the graveyard, so there's no real point in letting me freely use the Relic. And they've got a 1/1 and a 1. Nice deck. Ooh, 2 Reality Smashers. Mush you. We're going to have to be a little careful about putting cards into his graveyard now, I guess. So this could be a tricky road to navigate. But until they draw something to put a card into the graveyard, I guess they just need another fetch. But looks like they did not draw one. Now I'm skeptical. What is going on here? Do they have a 2-mana removal spell? I guess we will find out. Mush for 4. Like, I suspect this is a 2-mana removal spell. A Terminate. Yep, that's kind of unfortunate. So now I need to push this. Yeah, need to push the Grim Lavamancer now. Get that dealt with. They get to Terminate back to their hand. And if they go to block, we can pop the Relic. Yeah, so no block, not surprised. And think I should just take this time to use my mana. Yeah, so target opponent sacrifices an attacking creature. Probably going to pop this Relic on this end step. So we know they have a Terminate in hand. Ooh. That is a nice one. So if we put an instant back in their graveyard or a land, then they can't get Goyf big enough. Oh no, if they terminate Tide Hollow Sculler, they'll have land artifact creature. So that is kind of a tilt, actually. Man, Tide Hollow Sculler, why do you make Tarmogoyf so big? I guess I should make them use the Terminate, though. Just so to clear the way for my Reality Smashers. So their hand is Terminate Goyf. So if I use the Strangler now, then I can path. Maybe I could path my own Sculler, actually. Oh, yes. There we go. So I can strangle a card in their graveyard, have them try to terminate Sculler, path my own Sculler so this Goyf still dies, and then I get a land so I can start smashing them. Yeah, that sounds good. So let's play Strangler. So I have to. I guess I put the Terminate back in their graveyard. Choose this. Okay. Oh yeah, this is going to be nice. Path this. They're going to get a Liliana back, so they're going to Liliana away the Wasteland Strangler. So that's okay. Sure, let's get a Plains. Our Scullers did some nice work. And Terminate back. Now their K commands, or I guess K command still gets this Goyf, but whatever. They're about to play a 4/5 Tarmogoyf. And a Liliana, I would guess, on this Strangler. Still not out of the woods, for sure. Yep. Sacrifice this. Okay, so they drew a land. That's good. Oh, they didn't have a Goyf. That was the second one. What did we do with the first one? The first one. What am I missing? Did we actually just we Blessed Alliance it? Okay. We didn't know what their hand was, but it's an ooze. That's also fine. There are 2 creatures in graveyard, so ooze can only become a 4/4. So we can just smash this Liliana down. And my opponent has to draw another Liliana to actually answer it because they played a land, so that's good. Another Goyf would be annoying because there's now a 5th card type in the graveyard. This is K command. Oh, Jesus. Whoa. Hazoret. Okay. Are they going to try to race? Oh, no. Oh, well, I feel like they should just leave Hazoret back there, right? To just block Smasher, or turns it into force fields it. Although, now, I am just dead on their next turn to either an Alpha Strike or activate Hazoret and double attack. So I have to play Smasher and only attack with one other Smasher, which is awkward. Hazoret was a pretty nice draw step for my opponent. Okay. Really want to draw another path here. If I can path that Hazoret, then my attack looks quite good. They have to double block one Smasher. I traded for the Ooze. They go to 3, and they just have this Ravine. Once again, a removal spell here is pretty bad for my opponent because they can't really kill a Smasher. So they don't have a lot of great draws. Any creature is pretty good. Hazoret. Interesting choice for the 4-drop slot. It's rotated for a long time. Jund always has some spicy 4-mana card. Seems kind of bad with Dark Confidant though. Maybe my opponent boarded out Bob. That seems loose. They'd have to be on this like, Hazoret-centric plan for that to be a thing. It's good with Liliana. Land is not good. Not good at all. So I guess I just play the Sculler. So the awkward part here is if I play Sculler and my opponent has a removal spell, then they can kill it and eat it with Ooze, and then Ooze is big. The 2/2 is pretty bad. I actually think I shouldn't play it, at least until I deal with this Ooze. There's there's very few cards I can take here that are relevant. They're just casting everything they're going to play off the top. So I'm really just playing a Grizzly Bear that, if it dies, is really bad for me. But I can't attack. My opponent just gets to eat or Smasher, go to 3, and then I'm dead. So I think I just have to pass the turn. Well, we're gonna have to win a top deck war with better draws than these last 3. Good chance their draw was bad and they're just gonna send 2 damage at me. Oh no. Okay. Interesting. Another land. Come on, deck. Okay, well, I'm still not going to do anything. Now I'm definitely expecting a shock because they want to stay low on cards in hand for this Hazoret. But I really don't want this Sculler to die. That tells me they drew a removal spell, but not one that kills one of these Smashers. They probably have like a Fatal Push in their hand. Yeah. Unsurprising they would discard Thoughtseize. They can probably afford to hold out of the removal spell one more turn, and then on this end step they can pitch 2 cards, bring me to 4, and now they have 3 lethal attackers. So I think I have to play a creature here. Ooh, there we go, there we go. That is a card. So do we play... I think we path. I think we path the Hazoret, see what they do. And we can attack with 1 Smasher. The Hazoret is definitely the more threatening card. Be interesting to see what they do here. If they have a land, I imagine they would want to throw it at me. But that stops them from activating Ravine for a double block. Oh wow, they discarded a Fatal Push. So they have to have another removal spell in their hand. No, just okay. So they did have Fatal Pushes, but they're just sending. Oh, okay. I see. So they want to get me to 4, so they have 2 lethal attackers. So I can attack with both Smashers and force my opponent to chump, bring them to 2, and then play Sculler and just hope they don't draw a removal spell. Cake Man doesn't work. It's not cheap enough. They'd have to draw another Terminate or Fatal Push, which they don't have many left, or a Bolt. I can't imagine they have that many of those left in their deck, maybe 4 or 5. I can also attack with just one Smasher, leave one back, which they can't kill, and then play Sculler. Then if they draw one of those removal spells, they can make Ooze a 5/5, but that won't be good enough. I guess if they drew a removal spell and they passed, and I just Alpha Struck with them at 3, they could activate Ravine, block a Smasher, block a Smasher, kill my Sculler, activate Ooze, go to 4, and then trade, and then I'd be left with just a Smasher in play, and they'd be empty-handed again. What about a Tarmogoyf? We've got land, instant, sorcery, planeswalker. So that's Goyf's only a 4/5, so that's not a big deal. But they can play Goyf and have 3 blockers if I only attack with one Smasher. They'd be at 3. They would double block one of my Smashers, single block the other one, go to 2. So playing Sculler and attacking with one Smasher is good against a Goyf. I think that's what I want to do. Just attack with one, play it safe. My Smashers are just so good right now. Okay. Eldrazi. And pass the turn. Fatal Push is great. Let's target this Ooze, and that should just about lock it up. And we did get game 2. Another complicated one, but Reality Smasher was very, very good. I thought they were a little aggressive with throwing these Fatal Pushes. I think throwing one makes a good amount of sense, but I did have 2 Smashers in play. Getting me to 4 actually was pretty relevant, so the aggression made sense. It put me into a bit of an awkward spot. Yeah, I like how I have the board. The relics were pretty effective there. And yeah, Blessed Alliance killed the thing, which is what we wanted to do, so. Whew. See if we can get another Temple draw, and maybe draw these Lingering Souls should be really good in this matchup. That was a card I've yet to draw that would be very nice. Displacer would be good in these endgame scenarios. So we've seen their 4-drop of choice, and it is Hazoret, not Chandra, or I guess that they could have multiple 4s. Sometimes they do after board. Multiple big spells for these mid-range matchups. And they're taking a while to sideboard. They might have a different sideboard plan on the play versus on the draw. Maybe getting a little bit more aggressive here. Well, there's our Lingering Souls, and we have an early Fatal Push for an early creature, ways to grind through, so yeah, I like this hand. Opponent has also kept 7, so we are off. Good. No discard spell, so I'm expecting a creature here that I can kill. I'll get some tempo here, getting to trade 1 mana for 2 mana, untap into Sculler, and then souls them. Interesting they would get Overgrown Tomb when their other fetch was Verdant. I think they probably drew their Verdant for turn. Could have maybe saved some life there. But maybe they didn't want to do that. I'm going to Fatal Push here instead of Dismember. Dismember can kill Hazoret, which is nice, and later in the game I might not spend as much life on it. Could end up being relevant as well. Thought Knot is a good follow-up to these Lingering Souls as well. Opponent stuck on lands here. So, what do I want to do? I'm not that scared of Liliana, although I do have to be wary of this Pulse when I have multiple Lingering Souls. I think what I want to do is I want to force which of these 2 removal spells they need to use to kill Sculler, and I'd rather them use Terminate. So I'll take the Fatal Push. I think that's the best this Sculler can be. Opponent has a lot of removal in their hand. Well, you drew a land, which means now they can Liliana this Sculler, which was a consideration. Oh, wow. They took Maelstrom Pulse. Interesting that they would use the Maelstrom Pulse. I guess they're concerned about mana. Maybe they like Terminate to deal with Smasher. But that's good. I'm gonna Lingering Souls. That's our best play against Liliana, which is their best play. If they play Liliana plus, we can just discard another Souls. They've drawn another land. So their hand is push, terminate Liliana. If they Liliana plus, we can discard a Souls. They discard something, untap, Thought Knot their last card, and attack the Lily. And they've decided not to play Liliana, which makes sense. If I play Thought Knot here, they probably terminate with the trigger on the stack, and then I just get to take their best card. But I don't really see that being so good. I think I'm just going to flashback Lingering Souls. I could be more mana efficient by casting the one from my hand, but that leaves me vulnerable to a Scavenging Ooze. So I'll just play this and then play Temple and Relic. We have them under a ton of pressure. I think we're going to get to the point where they're forced to use their removal spells on these tokens, and that's just really bad for them. And then we can start playing bigger Eldrazi. Lingering Souls has been great here because of their decision to use Pulse. Yeah, they're just fatal pushing. So now they have Terminate Liliana, 2 unknowns. Now they're playing it. Okay. I guess they probably drew a card they want to discard. Okay, I will discard Lingering Souls. Guess they discard another push. So terminate X in hand. I don't think there's any real point in popping the relic yet. We can just wait. And do we want to play this Thought Knot Seer? Oh, they have Hazard. That's the last card in their hand, right? No, that was last game. Yeah. If we play Thought Knot, take their Terminate, that seems pretty good. I just want to start applying pressure here. This also sets up all of our smashers to be great. Oh, they do have Hazard. Okay. Yeah. So we'll discard Fatal Push to this Liliana. Okay, they do have Hazard. I just forgot about Hazard there for a second. If they draw a brick here, they're really likely to take these lines. Yeah, I don't want to. I was thinking about popping Relic so I can get an extra card, but that gets rid of our souls. We don't really need this Fatal Push. Just discard that. Or probably discard, yeah, an extra Liliana, sure. Not a good card here. Oh, they're actually even attacking, sure. Got you covered. Dismember. Please exile a card. And send 2 at Liliana and 5 at them, they'd be at 9. So if we flash back the souls, we have lethal. Perfect. Flash back the souls. Man, we're down to 5 minutes on our clock. Guess it's been a pretty grindy 3 games, but we were able to take it down. Deck definitely has a lot of good tools in a matchup like Jund to just grind against removal spells and creatures. We have a bunch of great removal spells ourselves. Wasteland Strangler, Lingering Souls, Thought-Knot Seer, Reality Smasher, all of which are 2-for-1s. And yeah, you saw it there. The Lingering Souls were incredible in this matchup. We were able to sort of use our early hand disruption to make them use their spells awkwardly, although caught a bit of a break there with them deciding to use the Maelstrom Pulse and save a little bit of mana there when they were short on lands to deal with Tidehollow Scholar. And we've greatly punished them. Maybe after 2 games of not seeing souls, they didn't think we had them in our deck, but just happened not to draw them the first 2, had 2 in the second. They were great. Made their Lilianas look like a joke, had the right removal spell to deal with Hazoret, and the last game was pretty easy. So hope you enjoyed that match, and you can come back and see me on Friday. Bye.